The final round of the eScooter Championship under the sun and clouds here at Paul Ricard. The heat's kicking off the action. A nice clean start until it all went a bit wrong for two of our riders further back in the pack, getting caught out by the new track layout, a slightly longer track layout here at Paul Ricard. Nikki Daly finding her way through the Olympian, getting past Championship challenger Amard Vernet. A three-way fight to the checkered flag for some though. Round the final corner, battles galore throughout the heats, trying to make their way through for the rest of the weekend. Big points on offer as well, and some taking it a little bit too far. Jordan Rand going down in the final corner there and just trying to get her way back up in front. But cheers all round for Mark Luna to start off with. He managed to celebrate winning out his heat. Further around the lap though, three-way battles continue. The sick racer winning out in that occasion in the white overalls. This time though, teammates nearly colliding. But at the front, Maria Mappis for Los Reyes holding on. The quarterfinals underway then, the top three from each quarterfinal progressing through, and carnage right at the very start for one of the Racing Citizen riders into the barriers. Meanwhile, a fierce battle between Carlin and Los Reyes up front. And it really was close quarter racing throughout these quarterfinals. A lot on the line for these riders. The last round of the season, and it could not be a tighter fight. Trey White in 258 Racing seeing Nancy van der Ven out wide and off, and Amard Vernet seeing his championship come dangerously close to being over. And not to mention Skittles in the first corner, that really proving tricky, and the two sick races getting caught up as well, along with Matisse Neyroud. Championship battles losing as these quarterfinals were unfolding, and then a big crash for Jessica Howden, losing the scooter. In the big points paying positions though, it was the two Nico Roche team members, Kilian Lahr getting the better of his teammate, as Anish Shetty for Carlin falling down the field, seeing his championship hopes come to an end as others won out. Now the semi-finals, getting towards crunch time, the top three going through to the finals. And well, for the 258 racer Roberta Ponziani, it was take the lead at the start, get past Amard Vernet, and away she went. Vernet kept her honest in the orange overalls, but with a championship on the line for Vernet, he kept things straight. Meanwhile, Chigana going straight into the wall. That was the end of his day. But out in front, Ponziani undeterred ahead of Vernet, and Nikki Daly made it through right at the end of the first semi-final. Straight then into the next semi-final. It was another fairly clean start until we got to the third corner. Mark Luna in the green and black ovals getting caught up and down on the ground. That was his championship hopes done and dusted. A disaster for Luna. Meanwhile, Cabrini escaping away, and up front being chased down by Kilian Lara and Matisse Neyroud on the red scooter. Still in with an outside shot of this championship challenge, making a bold move round the outside of Kilian Lara. Lara thinking the long game here, not fighting that one too much, and through went Neyroud to try and close down Cabrini, but it wasn't enough. She took a commanding win in this semi-final ahead of Matisse Neyroud and Kilian Lara. Into the finals then for the last time here for the ESC Championship in 2022. A championship on the line for both rider and team. Roberta Ponziani, Nikki Daly, Amard Vernet, Matisse Neyroud, Sarah Cabrini and Kilian Lara all taking part in this. It was a jump start for Matisse Neyroud. He later received a penalty for that. Cabrini though out and away early doors, but further back in the pack, disaster both for Matisse Neyroud and Kilian Lara, both going down in tandem as Cabrini started to extend her lead. Amard Vernet needed to finish third to have any hope of taking the championship, and he made his way past Nikki Daly. Next up was Roberta Ponziani, but the Carlin racer wasn't going to give that one without a fight. Team Vernet watching on from the sidelines as Amard continued to hound down the back of Roberta Ponziani, who was controlling things up front. Meanwhile, Matisse Neyroud and Nikki Daly getting into a nice battle. This so crucial for Nikki Daly and Carlin to try and seal the team's championship. Right now, Carlin would take it as Cabrini continued to make her way round. A flawless ride from her. Amard Vernet making his way through, but then disaster. Matisse Neyroud into the back of Nikki Daly, and that would take away the team's champions for Carlin as Sarah Cabrini took the win, but Amard Vernet crossed the line and became the first ever ESC champion. Celebrations all round. Sarah Cabrini taking to the top step ahead of Roberta Ponziani and Amard Vernet in third, but the new world champion. A hectic final round then for the ESC Championship in 2022. The final race results, Sara Cabrini winning out ahead of Roberta Ponziani. Amard Vernet finished third on the podium ahead of Killian Lara, and Nikki Daly round out the top 5. And, well, with Vernet finishing in third, that made him the first ever ESC champion. Amard Vernet, top of the standings, ahead of Sara Cabrini. Mark Luna ending up in third. Killian Lara and Mathis Neyrud rounded out the top 5. And in the team's championship, well, Carlin just missing out on taking the title after Nikki Daly crashed out on the final corner. That meant Nico Roche Racing became the first ever team champions for ESC.